Communication on the trails is something that is kind of game changing, and if you haven't done it, then you definitely need to give it a try. And I'm going to show you the most affordable way to do that and get results of maybe even better quality than what you expect. Over the last few years, I've been running the EJEAS. It's EJEAS. EJEAS is kind of how I think it's pronounced. I've been running their headsets. I started off with their entry level stuff and have slowly moved up, and it has been exceedingly high quality and better than what I expected each and every time. Today, we're going to be looking at the EJEAS X10 Phantom, which is one of their higher end headsets. And to be completely honest, two of these headsets I bought, spent my own money on. They sent me these to give a test, and I'm extremely impressed and happy to be able to show you some of these products here. And like I said, I reached out to them. They didn't reach out to me because I just really enjoyed their product. I got to messaging with them, and they were like, hey, let me send you one of these, see what you think about the higher end product. And yeah, that's what we're going to go over. But first, let's start where I started. At about $45, this is where I started with. This is the V6 Pro. We had a trip that we were going to Colorado. I wanted to buy some headsets and test them out, and I wanted wireless mesh, which basically means that it's open all the time. You talk, they hear. There's no buttons to push, anything like that. Not like an intercom. It's wireless mesh. This was, like I said, 45-ish bucks. I bought this. This one only does rider to rider, like 2 riders. That's the most it can do. Time I didn't know that, so I bought a couple of them, and unfortunately it only did this, so it didn't work for us. Yet whenever I have been going riding, if I'm just taking somebody who doesn't have a helmet communicator and it's just me and them, this is what I do. I bring these, I have these, we put them in their helmet so they can do that. It's a very entry level. Not quality wise entry level, but it's entry level for price wise. Like I said, $45. And it's waterproof. It can handle rain and all that kind of stuff. I believe this one is like IP65 rated, so you're not going to be able to dunk it underwater or anything like that. But it does hold up real well. I have used it through rain, used it through that kind of stuff. The downside to this one is a lot of the buttons are very small. When you have light gloves on, you can feel the buttons, but they're not as user-friendly as the ones we're moving up to. So $45 if it's just you and maybe your wife on a street bike, or you and only your kid. I mean, this would be a very, very, very affordable, great option to get into helmet communication. At a little less than double the price, about $85, you can get one of these. This is a Q8. The Q8 is a more refined experience. It can do from 2 to 6 riders. This is what we took on our trip to Colorado, the very first one we did, and it was really, 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 really usable. It has bigger buttons. You can't feel them as much as if you have heavy gloves on. Light gloves, you can feel the difference, but they're very simple. And after a couple of times, you understand you got volume, main, that kind of stuff. And this one, I don't know about this one here. I believe it will connect to your phone. I've never connected it. This one I use on my street bike pretty regularly, where I take phone calls and I'm riding a V-twin sport bike with an exhaust on it. People can hear me fine without any issues. This thing works so incredibly well. If you want an entry level deal, me personally, I would skip this one and go here. There may be even a little bit more money spent to get you a lot more. And that's going to bring us to our next headset, a featured event, which is the X10 Phantom. This X10 Phantom is comparable, very comparable to the Cardos, which run about $400. This is about $160. Sounds like a lot of money. You're going to get all of those features that $400 one's going to give you. You're going to get it for like less than half of the price. So to the main event, the X10 Phantom. The X10 Phantom is going to be very comparable, if not feature for feature, of a $400 competitors like Cardo, over $400 in some places. Their Pack Talk system. This right here is going to give you all those features, but for less than half the price. 160 bucks. Does sound expensive, but the cool thing is you go to their website and they have videos of showing you how you can even link this with a Cardo. So you're going to get all of those features for less than half the price. Today, this is what we're going to go over. I want to go over with what my experience was yesterday using it for the first time, but we're going to start with an unboxing and kind of go over how this system works and what it takes to hook it up. Here's the box, very compact box right here. And the cool thing about these are they come in colors. And this one, look at that, is the red one. We're going to get the box there. Inside the box, you get this pretty nice little package. And you're going to get your basic instructions on how to use it in every language conceivable under the sun. And we'll set these out of the way over here. It does tell you here that this product has to be connected to an app. When you first get this, they will not work right out of the box, but you do not have to use the app. The app is just to make sure that it has the most up-to-date firmware or software inside of it. So you go on the App Store, you download the app, you connect this to the Bluetooth on your phone. I was telling you how to connect to the iPhone. It's the only way I know how, the only phone I have. But you connect this Bluetooth to your phone, you turn it on, your phone finds it, you go into the app, you activate it, and then you can delete the app afterwards. It's exactly what I did on mine. So that comes with that. And then after they have worry-free replacement, they have assistance. I was messaging them and they have been very, like I said, I was a nobody. I just messaged them. They answered the stuff really quick. Here's the main unit. Like I was saying before, these are actually, you can buy different colors for these. This little piece here pops off like that. So it's just like kind of like what I would consider almost like a protective cover that you can customize with. They have red, black, silver, this orange, and I think there was another color, but we have the red and the orange here. Comes with that. Get that out of the way. Then very, very tight casing. Come on out of there. Come on. All right. Oh, there we go. I just poked my finger. I don't want to rip the box up, but all right. The inner box comes out, and inside of it, we have our adhesive pad. This has an amazingly good adhesive on the back of it. Connect this to your helmet, and that's what the unit will connect to. It comes with these pads. These pads go inside your helmet to hold the headphones in. Obviously, a USB to USB-C charging cable. If you have a helmet and you don't want to adhere this to, you can clip it onto this. It'll clip onto a helmet. We've had some guys that didn't have it where we clip this onto their goggle strap. That works really well and holds on pretty tight. We've hooked it onto chest protectors, any of those kind of things. So that does work there if you have buddies. Then that brings us to the base. It does come with a permanent mic. This is what I put inside my helmets. Is this right here? It goes on your dirt bike helmet. It would go in front of the mouthpiece, like on the side over here, and then plugs in. On my street bike helmet, it has the flip up front, so I do run the boom mic. These boom mics work really well. This setup, unlike the other ones, like this Q8, the headphones plug directly into this. So you take this off your helmet and you have the dangling wire. This you can mount more of a permanent style where this is on there. This slides in, as you can see, slides on the helmet and holds it on. This piece stays on your helmet. And that's why they can get such a good waterproofing, because this whole unit is completely sealed up. And this is on your helmet, and you have it on your left side of your helmet, and it goes on and then clips on just like that. And then to take it off, it is on, and they get on, they're on there. There's a magnet in there that holds it on, and there's a mechanical clip there that hold it on. These go into your helmet, and like I said, this Velcro back here doesn't feel like much, but it's very substantial. It's very thin and very soft. You don't feel this inside your helmet at all, and you can hear just fine. This goes into the helmet, that's on there, and then this will just stay on the side of your helmet, and you can wash it, it can get wet or whatever, because this is basically just the end of the plug for these right here. And there's plenty of wire for any size helmet that you may want to use. Now this comes to the controls of this deal here. This is your main intercom button. When you turn this unit on, here's your power button is back here. You hold this down, it comes on, it'll be blinking. Once you get it all turned on, get the Bluetooth connected, then you will hold this button down until you hear it say, telling you about the opening the wireless mesh. Hold the other intercom system down until it says, about the wireless mesh, and then you hit the button one more time on one of the units, and that'll be the base unit, and that's going to give you all the, I guess you'd call it like all the controls for that. Then if you want to talk and you don't want it broadcasted, you would just hit this button again, which would mute it and make that where no one else can hear you talk. So if you do push this, one nice thing about this, and as I was talking about the other ones, where the Q8, which I do love how smooth it is, you have this round deal right here that you kind of get used to feeling. This has large buttons that actually have these little deals that stick up here that you can feel like that. And then you have your volume wheel, which you can also press in for different functions and stuff like that. And that's what we're about to go over, is the different functions of this. To turn it off, you hold both of them down till it's red, and you'll hear it in your headset. It talks to you, tells you what's going on, and it says, powering off and all that kind of stuff. Some of the basic functions for this, like I said, your power button, you hold it on for like 1 second, and then it'll come on. This right here is your wireless mesh and Bluetooth operations. So you would basically long press this, and then you would hear it tell you to, opening wireless mesh. It talks to you in the helmet. That's the cool thing about it, is it tells you what's going on. They have a Bluetooth intercom system. So if you are just Bluetooth to another rider and you don't want to have the wireless mesh always open, then you would just you could use the button here to press and talk like an intercom or like a walkie-talkie, however you want to do that. You can connect this to your phone by you would long press the Bluetooth button, and then it will answer calls. You can reject calls by long pressing the button. You can hang up by clicking the phone button. All of this is your main activation button. The volume right here has other functions where you would push it down. Like if you wanted to share your music, like if you want to turn on music sharing to the whole group, you would just triple click the middle wheel, 1, 2, 3, and that would take what you're listening to, if you were listening to music, and share it through the whole group. That would mean that this would have to be paired to your phone. We'll say one thing that we did notice on the Q8, it has an antenna. We never really put it up. It never really needed when we're out riding. This one has an antenna where you just push this in and it clicks up. And I would recommend putting it up, because there was a noticeable improvement in distance and quality with the antenna up on the X10 as when it was down. Now, riding by yourself, just using it for music or phone, obviously not necessarily. But when you're riding with your buddies, you just reach up with your wheel, push this in and up, and it pops it right up, and it's no problem whatsoever. this right here, I wanted to give you a close-up look on here, how it has a mechanical connection, and then there's a very strong magnet inside there. So you would just take this deal, put it in on that side, and with this on your helmet, click it on, just like that. And this is what I love about these companies like EJEAS. They make something for everyone, and I'm very excited to test out their higher end product here, because I believe this may be the answer for what a lot of people need. Other companies are late to market because like EJEAS already has like a coaching headset. It's a headset linked to I believe these two right here, links to them, where the coach has basically a set of over-the-ear headphones and a microphone to be able to talk to the riders. They've had that out for a while, where other companies are just now coming out with new revolutionary. They're a little bit behind what a lot of people would consider an entry-level product. I consider these just as high quality, and I think you will too. The build quality is amazing, and the next video I'm going to be set up to be able to record, to be able to get the different people's impressions, their thoughts before and after riding with this. I do want to do this on a moto track, out on the trails, and on the street. I want you to be able to hear all the different, I guess you call it, the way that the sound comes through, how clear it is, and stuff like that. So we'll see if I can get this linked. I don't have a new enough GoPro to Bluetooth to this, so I may have to buy a GoPro. It's probably a good time, right? Buying a new camera. But unfortunately, I don't yet. But I have a way to record the conversations while we're riding. So look forward to that. This is an amazing product. Like I said, I rode with it yesterday for a very short time out on the trails to make sure everything was going to work. Didn't want to promote a product that I don't believe in. And that's something that we do here. We test them. We don't like a product, we're going to tell you. As I said, they did send me these right here to do testing with. I paid for these. I have 3 of these and a couple of these too. I've spent my own money on this product and on this company, and I think you should too. Hopefully the videos coming up will show you even more reasons why.